Yeah, that's what I did. Which is good. I feel proud that I could catch myself a week before.
Just before the burnout.
Yeah, but I was getting so close, hey.
Yeah, I do the same. I just go and go and go and then go, oh, hang on. I'm a little bit,
But just, I don't know, still the chefing thing. But the problem is I like doing stuff. I really like doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I forget that I need space between doing stuff to do stuff well.
And exactly.
Like not even just rest. Like what I noticed was like I didn't have any energy outside of doing stuff to do anything else.
Yeah.
So I'm going to the dentist next week. You know, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
I washed my car.
I put that stuff off all the time.
Yeah. So I took this week off. Which is hilarious because I'm going to cut my documentary, do some of this stuff.
You're still currently doing a documentary and setting all this stuff up.
That's why it's fucked though, eh?
I know.
And then do some stand-up. I got some really good gigs this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just didn't want that extra 40 hours of pressure.
I was the same, and then all of a sudden I've been on 2 radio stations, done a cook down the park with ABC Perth, and then I'm like, I haven't done much this week. Because you haven't done the same things. It's all new. You just,
Yeah. And I want to do new things.
It's not even like a flex. I don't even feel like that's a flex. And everyone, like, other people will be like, oh, shit, you did that.
Yeah.
And you're like, I didn't do this other thing.
Yeah.
Or I didn't get that done. Yeah.
I know. I noticed that I just was like, I was getting to this point where I just wasn't, like, one, I wasn't doing my normal stuff as well as I should have.
Yeah.
I was like, just dragged. Everything starts dragging and I'm like, ugh. Like, I'm like, ugh, at the end of everything. Ugh.
Yeah.
And then I'm not doing my best work either.
Yeah.
And I wasn't hitting targets. The last 2 weeks I wasn't hitting like content targets and stuff as good as I would like to.
Yeah.
I still hit them, but you know.
Yeah, totally.
And then it just sort of just fucking plunged, hey.
Yeah.
And my life was tits up. But I also found it incredibly hard to talk to Jasky and to say, hey buddy, can I have a week off?
Yeah.
Like he doesn't care. It's a contract.
No, it's all
thing.
you care.
But that's the chefing thing as well, like the calling in sick stuff.
Yeah.
I still find it so hard. But I just talked myself around. I was like, look, he's not going to care. Just be very straightforward about it.
Yeah.
I even mentioned, look, dude, I'm heading towards burnout.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get there. And he was like, yeah, totally fine. Let's not burn out. I was like, cool.
Yeah. I flipped out on the weekend for the first time in a while. Like I shouted at my kid because she hadn't done stuff. We hadn't done the same thing 3 times. Do you know what I mean? It's so annoying. And I flipped out. I was like, I can't handle you. Like, do I have to remind you about every single? It was just a parent thing. So we are no crying in the coolroom, and we're back at RoyAl's in Wembley. They always let us sit on these couches. They're super nice. I feel like we always shout them out, but I feel like get amongst
chicken wings. Great beer.
Food. Do you know, I was on the radio yesterday talking about just Perth food, and I realised the burger I've ordered the most ever in Perth and eaten in Perth is the ODB from RoyAl's.
Yeah.
It's so good.
What is it?
It's a triple cheeseburger, but it's just like thick, tasty.
From a guy that's sick of burgers.
Yeah.
It's a big call out.
I know, but I just realised, I was like, what is the thing I've ordered the most ever? And that is it. So
what were they asking you on the radio?
It was on Triple M, so they were asking, it's like they had this competition where it's like best food in Perth, or best in Perth, I think they're calling it. And the public vote, and they could win $1,000 if you vote for whatever. But they've got categories like bakeries or like pies, bakeries sort of thing, continental rolls, burgers, or some other stuff.
No health food?
I don't remember them asking me about a salad.
Just like pies.
Yeah. And then, whatever the local shop that wins every one of those categories gets a free advertising package or something like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty good for them.
Yeah.
And you can win $1,000. So anyway, vote for RoyAl's. Fuck yeah.
Did they give you like the radio voices? Whoa, hey.
Yep. Yeah.
It's so weird when you're a normal person, eh?
So I noticed that, like, I'm not shitting on these guys. They're so nice. But I did notice that when I walked in the studio, and we weren't even live, but I reckon noticed that was still very over the top when they were saying hello to you. But that was because they're in their zone, right? They're in their zone, like, hey, how good to meet you, all this sort of thing. Yeah,
they are super nice. Every time I've been in the radio, they're super nice.
They're so nice.
But it makes me weird.
Yeah, but they are those people that are just nice, genuine people, but they have that voice for the radio.
Yeah.
Or you have the other one that's like, does it have perfect radio voice like that?
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have it, but yeah.
I went to the radio one year during Fringe, and they were like, "Oh, can you come in and talk about chefing?" But I had 2 shows on.
Yeah.
And I had the chef show, and the other show was Tim Foyle Hat.
Yeah.
So I got there, and they're like, "Do you want to talk about the chefing stuff?" I was like, "Yeah, I happily do that." They're like, "Well, how long were you a chef for?" And I was like, I don't know, like this and that. And then they're like, "Oh, what about these Chinese balloons over America?" No shit. And I was like, "Oh, here we go. I'm fucking..."
Yeah, you're in your element there.
But I'm getting ambushed. I'm not touching that on radio.
Really?
Nah.
I would.
I gave them a little.
I would.
No, I'm trying to get my show done.
Okay.
Chinese balloons over America, dude. That's a hot topic.
Yeah, but I mean, it's clearly spies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
UFOs, maybe.
Look, I only know what people tell me. What we're being told.
Do your own research.
Yeah, do your own research. Don't believe everything you listen to.
I love that. Do your own research.
So, speaking of research, we thought we'd do a full episode on customer complaints and I don't know what are they called? Requirements. Thanks very much.
Yeah, coming off one of the other videos. Thanks. I'll just get me some nugs as well.
I just got you a kids meal. We both got kids meals. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Nugs and chips and ketchup.
Yeah, we had a topic recently. It was worst complaints in the kitchen. Right? Was the question?
Yeah, someone was like, please talk about customer complaints. So I put it up a few times, and we've got so many, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's more like customer complaints and requests. Yeah.
This is hilarious.
So I reckon we just go top to bottom.
Yeah, man.
Just go for a full fucking hour.
Do the first one. It's funny as.
All right. So I had a customer ask me if the prawn pasta tasted like prawns. I replied, yes, it does. They said, I don't like prawns. They said, well, maybe don't order the one dish that contains prawns, madam.
I love that
Classic,
so much.
They'll probably go on to the next one. So, they were like, the pasta.
Yeah.
What pasta is it? It's whatever.
Does that have prawns? No.
Yeah. You're like, well, because I don't like prawns. Like, oh, well, you can have this one. Is it fishy? Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that's so funny. I remember those people. They come up to the pass, like unabashedly, confidently.
Yeah.
Come and talk to you.
Yeah.
Middle of a lunch service, and they're like, do they have prawns in the prawn salad?
I just remember them. Because you don't want to talk to them, obviously. And it's like clearly not your job. So you're already in your head, not my job, not my job, not my job.
Yeah.
And they would always be there trying to grab eye contact. And even when you got it, you were like, nope.
Yeah.
You just try to avoid it until they were like so obvious in your face and you had to address her. Hello, ma'am.
It's probably a better option for to come up, because if a waitress comes up to me and says, hey, does the prawn salad have prawns in it? A customer just wants to know. I'd be like, you're fired.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which section are you in? You just go sit down and ask you. Yeah.
You might want to just go polish cutlery out the back.
Yeah.
We'll do this by ourselves.
And also the beef has beef in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so funny, man.
There's so many things we've missed off the
like
ingredients. And imagine, like, it probably just literally says like prawn pasta with something. That's all it would, like 5 words.
Yeah, yeah.
And you've missed, obviously, you're not going to list onions, garlic, fucking eggs. You know what I mean?
It's like, what's the point though? Like, even if you took the prawns out of a prawn pasta, it's like, what's the point though? Like, if you don't like prawns, then you might not like anything else. You might not like, the fish stock that we're putting in it, or like, what's the point?
Yeah.
Of your life?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So are there prawn shells in it? Like, where's the end of this?
Have you ever gone and sat down somewhere and looked at a menu and been like, oh, I want to change this?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah?
I used to do it a lot and go, oh, dude, that would be so much better if it had this from this in it.
Did you ever ask anyone?
Nah.
Yeah. That's another step and all.
Yeah. I don't like changes and rearranges. I just don't like it. I feel guilty about it. I feel like, ugh,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I can't do
But
it.
also I eat everything. I mean, after all these years, you just sort of get used to anything.
Yeah.
I used to not like a few things, but now I just shovel them in my face. It's no big deal.
We had a restaurant where you could put truffle on anything.
Yeah.
And that was it. That was the only exchange. That was the change that you could have.
So you
You
could
could add
change
truffle to anything.
It's more like the burger thing. Like that came into restaurants. Like you could just, I know. So you got kids. That's exactly what. Because she asked me, "Do you want other sauce?" I was like, "No, tell me sauce, man. You could have it."
Luckily, ordered me chicken nuggets with tomato sauce.
Yeah, we ordered 2 kids meals. It's perfect. Dude.
Yeah. This dude says, had a ceviche on the menu. They complained it was cooked.
It wasn't cooked.
It wasn't cooked.
Yeah, we had so many of those come through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Stu used to do ceviche.
Yeah.
Nikase? I forgot again. Nikase style.
I don't even know what that is.
That was his restaurant fusion.
All right.
Nikkei. It was Peruvian Japanese
Oh yes, okay.
because Japanese people went to Peru for mining in the 1900s or the 1800s.
I think you did explain that roughly. Yeah.
I don't think he talked about it, but it was cool.
Well, no, he meant like there was like a fusion thing going on.
Yeah, and then he went completely into
Alpacas and
and pork and stuff.
yeah.
Had a ceviche on the menu. They complained it wasn't cooked. I don't know what you do with that. What do you say to somebody? Yeah, I just shrug my shoulders.
You just go, well, that's what ceviche is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
It is a bit shit when maybe the front of house haven't obviously like
Yes,
talked to about it.
that's such a good point.
So that's the only like I get that's annoying.
Yes.
But but also like, if you're at their places serving ceviche, you're assuming they know, but you don't want to write on the menu fucking raw, like in brackets, raw fish
Yeah.
or something like. Because it's not. It's like it's sort of semi-cured or it's
Yeah,
You know,
that's
it's-
such a good point to the front of house as a part of the experience, hey?
yeah.
But then those before service meetings, when I was a kid, they never happened. But by the end of my career, it was always every restaurant.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have a little chit chat.
Yeah.
and a
Almost
little
every
talk.
restaurant I worked in had them.
So
and
important.
Yeah, but it was so dumb when it didn't happen because you're like, well, why did you sit there?
Yeah.
Why did you even bother? And everyone would get tasting notes and people would bug us for like to write them out every menu change as well. It was just like, well, I sat there, you know, probably took myself out of the kitchen, put people in the shit so I could write this dumb shit for you, and you're not reading it, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I got fired from the Royal Kitchen. That's what the technical reason was.
why?
Because I was spending too much time in the office,
Okay,
but they were asking me to make a new menu.
you weren't raw enough. Yeah,
They were asking me to make a new menu, and I did all the costings, all of the recipes,
yeah,
but they didn't allot any time, or they didn't allow me to put any more staff on.
okay,
And they also asked the head chef was on the line
yeah,
the whole time. Like I was on the pass and the line
yeah,
the whole time,
yeah. Where's the new menu?
plus a new menu.
Have you got that new menu? We would always get like, well, not always. I just remember one place I was at that we used to come in and say, well, the owners are here now. Have you got the whatever it is? And you're like cooking. You're like, well, what now?
Yeah.
You're like, well, yeah, well, they're here for lunch. You're like, oh, okay. Yeah, is that something you could have told me yesterday or this morning or any of the above? So what are you going to do now? You just stop
Yeah.
cooking, and now you're like, oh, okay, well, now they're going to want something, so you're going to want to make sure that's okay.
I like Chase's approach.
Well,
Just start a whole new restaurant.
yeah, just go and
Write the menu before the restaurant's open.
Yeah,
And then that's it. Bang.
on to the next one.
Yeah.
So you got 8 opening or something.
He tries to pretend it's hard, but really what he's doing is circumventing any menu changeover ever.
yeah, ever.
They're like, do you want a new menu? He's like, I'll just open a new restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. I'll buy the plates, the cutlery, the tables.
He's doing it well.
We'll refurb it. As long as I don't have to do any menu changeovers ever.
100%. This one, oh God, the stories I worked at Macca's for 14 years. I had a lady complain, we're going to get to that. I had a lady complain that her strawberry shake had too much flavour.
Perfect.
Like, so sorry, hey. So sorry, it has too much syrup in it.
Oh.
And she also said, I had another guy come through for a shake at 3 a.m. I complained this 2-year-old couldn't suck the shake up the straw, claiming it was too thick.
Ah, that's so good.
There's so much to unpack there.
Oh my God.
Why the fuck are you at
14
Macca's?
years.
Okay, but also, why are you ordering a thick shake at 3 a.m. for your 2-year-old kid?
Yeah.
And also, it's called a thick shake.
Yeah.
Like,
That kid should be asleep, is what you're saying, for a start.
it shouldn't be at Macca's to begin with at 3 a.m. Yeah.
You shouldn't get thick sugar in a milky format.
Yeah.
And, like, what kind of dad is this? Like, he's already a bad dad anyway.
So it's like he said his
I'm
kid
assuming-
for himself for the first time and gone, oh, right, milk? What
Yeah.
do I do here?
He's been stuck with a kid, and he's like, the only milk I know is a chocolate thick shake.
Yeah.
Let's go get it. You're crying. I know what you
I
need.
don't have milk. Meanwhile, there's probably stuff just left for him to use, and he's gone, I don't get any of this.
No.
Yeah.
And then also, that kid's 2 years old, and he's given him a straw.
Yeah.
And he's been like, this is what you need, right?
Yeah, that's true. But they're all like sippy cup things.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah.
And like, it's
I
not like
didn't
he
think
would
about
have
that.
complained straight away. He would have watched that go down. Like, oh, here's your thick shake. His kid would have tried to suck on it.
Yeah.
And he would have been like, oh, well, this is bullshit.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm going in there.
Didn't they know this was for a 2-year-old at 3 a.m.? How dare they?
What a complaint.
Yeah.
3 a.m. in the morning.
What is it like? Do you want a kid's bowl with a kid's spoon for your
Yeah.
thick shake? How dare you?
How about you get a box juice for that 2-year-old child? And also 14 years of McDonald's. Of course, there must be stories all over the place.
Yeah, dude. 14 years.
That's a massive stint.
Yeah. They do get people like that though. Macca's. They'll grab you real early. I remember a
Long-termers.
couple of my mates when I was at Macca's, they grabbed them real early when they were like 16 or 17 and put them in like semi-management positions on a salary. So they're on like, 40 grand a year. But if you were there sort of 14 years, you would make, the next step would be like 52 grand.
Oh, yeah?
You know what I mean? So it's like, at that age, you're like, I'm a millionaire. But then they've got you. You're like, yeah, but yeah.
And why can't you get out? Like, it's just because now it's
I don't know.
easy, comfortable,
Yeah.
routine, habit.
You're kind of the guy.
You probably get immune to the bullshit.
It's definitely a culture there too.
Yeah.
Like it's the employment culture.
Yeah.
Where the employees that like the girls come through and you train the next ones and
All the kids in my town, like most of them went to Macca's.
right.
So they ended up being like a Macca's crew. Like
Yeah.
I couldn't get in the crew.
Yeah.
They had these inside Macca's jokes and stuff, and they all had cheeseburgers in their fridges and shit. And
Yeah. That's what it was like. So I'm
slowly
assuming
getting
it's
bigger.
that.
You know.
I'm assuming it's that. And then you're the rich guy. Like you're only on 40K. But
Yeah.
everyone else is on like, $11 an hour or
They
whatever.
spent it all on weed. They all got high as fuck,
Yep.
and then they went back to Macca's.
So yes, I think it's maybe that they just get stuck in that sort of zone. They put you in the programs.
And you'd get so immune to this shit. You'd just like, oh yeah, just another baby at 3 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
That's like the third baby this week. Whatever. Like it would just be like, because you just see. I had some jokes about it at some
Customer's
point.
always
but-
right though, eh?
Yeah. They would just see the worst parts of society, hey.
Yeah. Totally.
Like 6 p.m., or if you could look at these different times of day, 6 p.m.'s fine.
Yep.
People just want a meal. 12 a.m., not fine. Everyone's drunk,
Yeah.
surely.
I always thought that the cops would just wait outside the,
That was the joke.
yeah. Just why not? Like this is where they all
Put
are.
a booze bus in the
Yeah.
drive-through.
Do you know what? Everyone is drunk and high.
Yeah.
It's just this is like we're already funneling them in for you.
Yeah. 3 p.m., any day of the week, drug test.
You
Who's
think,
getting 10 chicken McNuggets at 3 p.m.?
you think they're not going to come through the Macca's drive-through
Yeah.
on a chance you're not going to be there? No.
Never.
Even if you were there every week, you'd still get them.
There's some people, even if you were there with the RBT, like blinking, a few of them would still try to go through.
Yeah, but you would get 100% of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
And you would get this 2-year-old kid to where it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
back with its mother, perhaps.
But I love the fact that, like, my idea was that most kids should do a McDonald's job because you have to see that stuff. You have to see what life looks like
Yeah.
on the other side. You need to be 15 and see, like, a 27-year-old man giving a thick shake to a child at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
You need to know that that exists.
I recommend it too. Yeah, because I mean, where else do you see that that stuff while you're still at school as well? Like you can just leave as well. Like there's no, if there was ever an issue, just don't go back.
Yeah.
It's not like you're wrecking your engineering degree or anything.
Find where your breaking point is.
Yeah.
If it's the chip section, that's fine.
It's also serving people. Like serving people like grows you up so much, and not in a bad way too. It's like I can't deal with like that sort of human. Not all humans are good. Yeah.
Yeah, it teaches you patience, right? At least
Yeah.
you got to be nice to someone that's being an asshole to you. That's that's necessary
Yeah.
at all costs.
Yeah, you can't like walk out, or if you do, like I don't know.
Yeah, because you've done it for a bit, right?
Yeah.
Were there. I thought the funnest thing for me, I reckon, would be doing the drive-through and being super nice to anyone who's ordering, 100% nice, and then just guessing what that person looks like as they come around the corner in their car, guessing what car they have and who they are.
Right.
It'd be so fun.
Yeah.
Because so many people just bark down the end of this gadget box.
Yeah.
I want this and this, not this.
I remember this guy in this red Mazda. He came through, this is whatever I was, 15 or whatever. And he came through and he broke down. He ordered and then the car like just broke down. So we had to help him push the car out of the, like what a walk of shame, right?
Push it to the pay station and then push it to the next.
No, so they didn't have like an automatic thing when I was there. This was fucking years ago, obviously. So like the first window you ordered and paid, the next window you got it, or you got put in a bay. So we pushed him to the bay, like just push. Because also this guy wasn't helping. He was just in the car in neutral, so we were pushing, but he kept moving the steering wheel. It's like, no, it's a straight lane, and we were like, we can just push you to the first waiting bay, and then you can do whatever you want to do, right? It's just a straightforward. And he turned the car, and we were like, what are you doing?
What a legend.
Yeah, but we were all like, 15, 16 years old trying to direct this guy who's supposed to have a driver's license.
Telling a person how to drive.
But he eventually got his food, and then he was like, something was wrong with it, but it wasn't. He was like, I ordered this extra something. He's like, you didn't. So he was like, we already helped you with your car. You ordered what you ordered, and then he was still complaining. That's what got me. I remember that. It's just like, just what an absolute piece
What
of
did
shit.
he look like?
He looked like, in The Simpsons, the guy that owns the comic book store.
Yep.
That's what he looked like. Just this geeked out, like he talked
Fat
like that.
dude.
Yeah. This red Mazda. Yeah.
Because if their car like really matches the person, have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Is my hippie friend? He always had this
Yeah,
theory
totally.
that
Yeah.
like your car is a representation of who you are.
Yeah.
And he told me that drunk one time, and it just stuck with me forever. I can't not try to see that in things now.
Yeah. I guess so.
Like it's a representation of where you're at psychologically.
Yeah. Like this is what I'm still putting up with. Like the next day he would still have the red Mazda.
Yeah.
It's not like he's going, oh, this is cooked.
And yeah, like it's not, maybe it's the mess a little bit, like it's dirty, but like the wheels are shit.
Yeah.
And the hubcaps are off it, and it's got scratches and paint and crap everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's like just not a well put together person. It's like other things, you can fake it. You can be a piece of shit with an amazing car because you're trying to present that. But a lot of people just eventually fall into what their car is.
Yeah.
Like big business guys have the Land Rovers.
Yeah.
The big powerful ego.
Yeah.
That takes up the whole space.
Yeah. And then the mothers are the same too. So they'll all have like those SUV. They're a bit smaller now, but when I was a kid, people had whenever the Jeep four-wheel drives came on the market, they were just smaller. They weren't four-wheel drives. There's no way you'd take them off road. No. But they were like, that's who you are. Yeah. And then the Range Rovers a few years later.
Yeah.
Yeah, they would just have them. But they were just like, that's your
Like,
pick up from school, mother.
Say you were schizophrenic.
Yeah.
You'd have a certain type of car.
Yeah.
Scratches, dents.
Yeah. I remember getting picked up from school by, I guess it was my sister's boyfriend at the time. It was so, I don't know. he would pick us up, and he was like that. He was just a fucking schizo.
Yeah.
He had this old Laser, and it had no floor in the passenger seat, and it was just covered in rubbish. So I got in the front, and he was like, "I'll put Lachie in the front," and I was like, "Whatever." I didn't give a fuck, shotgun, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I remember putting my feet down, and all this rubbish fell through the bottom of the floor, and it was just because it was just like he hadn't arranged it to cover the hole. It was just, there was so much rubbish there. Wow. It was just old Macca's like things.
Yeah.
And, like it was like a random newspaper, like Express Magazine. Remember Express Magazine?
Yeah.
He's a cunt. There's these cunts that fucking read that shit. And I put my foot through the floor. I was like, oh shit, sorry. He's like, no, it's been there forever. He bought the car with the hole in the floor.
He's that type of person.
Yeah, so that's who he was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember that going, all right, well, I don't want to hang around with you, but if you just get me home, that'd be cool.
Yeah, in one piece.
And just forget where I live as well. That'd be cool.
Next to your sister?
God.
Same.
I don't know what she was to him.
Rooms apart?
Yeah.
All right. Lol. I had a customer one time that said they can't have carbs, then ordered a pasta dish.
Yeah, that's so fucking common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do this.
No.
And then they just smash it. And then they'll eat their friends as well.
I think that's like a ladies' brunch. I just assume that's like a ladies' brunch. They all go, oh, I'm lactose intolerant or something.
Yeah.
And they just
Ice cream.
Yeah. Desserts are cool.
I know. They want to come over.
I love the brownie.
Yeah. Oh, I don't eat sugar. Like, they spend their entire... Like, waiters and waitresses must have a ton of stories about this stuff, but they will spend their entire time talking to their girlfriends about how they're on this diet, and then they're the only person that orders dessert.
Yeah.
Just that shit.
There was one bloke, I don't know where it is, they were saying something like that. We'll get to it. This one just says, I had a customer complain that she couldn't get a parking spot. Like, how is that my problem? Yeah. So many of that stuff.
Oh, dude, imagine fuming into a restaurant.
Yeah, but
like,
I reckon...
I couldn't even get a parking spot.
I reckon that's the first thing they said too.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, ma'am, have you got a reservation or whatever like that? And they're like, I couldn't even get a parking spot. Where is that? What does everything come to?
I can't believe this place. No, she's putting it on the place. I can't believe it.
Yeah, yeah.
Why would anyone come here? I can't even get a parking spot.
And obviously you have to now talk them down.
Yeah.
Off their bullshit. It's like, congratulations on getting here, and we don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she's like, also, I don't eat carbs, but I'll have the pasta.
Yeah. I had a customer who ordered a fish whole complain it had bones in it. Like what?
Oh, man. You know when you used to put like a special on, like a whole fish special or something, and like you just knew what was coming your way?
You knew.
Like, I refused. I was like, I just refused to like accept that they were going to beat me, but I knew something like that was coming. Like, why do you keep the head on it? It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, the fish came with a head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a whole fish. It cooks better.
Yeah. That's such an adult thing too. Like, I mean, we just ordered chicken nuggets, right? And if they had bones in them, you're like, okay, this shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
But if you order a whole fish, you're like, you've signed up for a whole fish. You've signed up to be the adult that's going to tackle there's bones in this.
Such a great point.
Yeah.
You're an adult.
Yeah.
Even if it has bones in it and it shouldn't have bones in it, you can deal with that.
What did you think it was going to be?
As an adult.
Yeah.
Like, you know when you had those chicken breasts and they had the beautiful little bone...
Little Kiev cut.
Yeah, man. And you just like chew on that guy and he was awesome.
Yeah.
With the skin on. Mm-hmm. Back in the 2000s. And people were like, ugh. Like, they don't like that it looks more like an animal.
Yeah.
Like, ugh. Oh, that's not good.
Perfect little heart-shaped thing.
You're a full-grown adult.
Yeah.
Like, if you haven't figured it out by now, like, what are you eating? Frozen pizzas or something?
They probably do.
Yeah. I was like, why do they have teeth, man? They should just be gum people.
Yeah.
They should just be munching pea soup people, you know what I mean?
Or just have, like, someone sitting next to them cutting up their food for them like their mum used to when they were 2 or 3 years old.
Or the waiter.
Yeah.
Excuse me, can you cut this for me? And the waiter's like,
you know my favourite thing?
I need a new job.
We used to take my daughter out, my wife used to take my daughter out a lot when she was sort of 2, 3, 4 years old. It was sort of the time you like finally can get out of the fucking house. And she was like semi-human. She would like, you know, whinge and bit and whatever, throw food around, but that was cool. You'd be able to survive it. And I remember us always laughing at the other parents who had older kids that were still cutting up their steak for them, like across the table. And the mum would go round and no one would say anything. No one, like this was so...
How old were the kids, you reckon?
Oh, 7, 8, 9, you know, like... And they would just be sitting there. No one even... And it was, you know, a table of like 15 of clearly family members and no one was even blinking. It was just... I'm assuming her name is Karen, just like... No,
Totally.
cutting up. You know, like you get an adult dish for an 8-year-old, and you got a knife and fork, and they're just gonna go, and wait for their mummy to come around. And so I used to like that. But I mean,
ridiculous.
Lily's like throwing food around. Obviously, you just wipe it. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
And we would always leave it nicely and say thank you.
I prefer Tar to use his hands. If he's having trouble with his knife and fork, I'm like, back to the hands,
Get
buddy.
it done. Yeah.
Go back.
Just get it done.
Don't have to go forward every day.
No.
Go backwards.
Yeah.
Have it go.
Lily
And
would
how quickly a kid can eat something with their hands. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, dude. Lily would get so frustrated at that age because she wants to do what you do. You know, do you want to use but like as soon as you use the knife and fork, it goes, you're hitting people in the face with like, you know, cheese or meat or whatever is going on. And the pasta was the funniest thing too. It was just pasta everywhere, but you're like, well, she's kind of learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to go through those. Dude, he did it last week. He's 9 years
just
old.
Smashing things everywhere.
And fucking pasta everywhere. I was like, bro, you try it.
Yeah.
That's the most important bit.
I
I had a
remember
good
those.
time.
I just think about how those kids coming out where like they can't even cut their own. Like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Mum. Yeah.
But they're the same people as these prawn people and these carbs people.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what are we, your parents? It's like we have a restaurant. We've put this menu on. We have these people to serve it. Fucking...
You're acting like there's nothing else on the menu too. If you didn't want a whole fish with bones in it, oh, dude, I'm sure there's other options.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's like a fishbone restaurant.
You're acting like you're not an adult, though.
Yeah,
you
you're not an
drove
adult.
yourself here. You couldn't find a car park. That's fine.
Yeah.
You got one.
Yep.
You're an adult. Order some shit, pay for it,
Yeah.
and then fuck off.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, I got one. This is good. Had a customer complain their veg was raw. It was a salad.
Salad. You should complain, eh?
Bro.
You should complain very loudly at that one.
Had a customer complain their veg was raw. It was a salad. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
And I know that all of these are hilarious, but like,
Yeah.
keep going. Let's just rattle a few off.
The creme brulee, oh, I do like this one. The creme brulee was sent back because it was cold, and then the owners also asked why it wasn't hot. You're like, oh, Jesus Christ, man.
That's the special.
That's soul destroying when they come in and they don't even know themselves. You're like,
Yeah.
what do you want me to do? Like, what do you want me to do? Like, serve hot milk with like shards of sugar in it?
Yeah.
And then what? Yeah.
That's when you just don't know what you're doing with your life.
Yeah.
One, the customers gotcha. Fine. But then you get reamed out by the owners who are in that night, and you're like,
Yeah, because like you're wrong. You're always wrong. The customer's always right.
yeah.
I was like, would you want a warm one? Do you want a warm fucking creme brulee soup? That's what you want. Yeah.
Do you remember it? Did you do creme brulees a lot?
Fucking go. Yeah.
You must have
100%.
fucking for
all the
ages,
time.
right? Do you remember like at the starter service, you'd get it like a nice thick brulee on top, and then by the end of service, it's like a little sprinkle, and you're like,
So
gone.
yeah. The first few were always perfect, and you just roll them around nicely.
Turn
and
it, make it nice, add a little bit more, like get a nice, like,
Yep.
so you can get the crack and whatever.
Yep.
By the end of service, I was like, gone.
Yeah, it would always depend on what happened in the kitchen as well, because you're not on pastry.
Yes.
You're just doing.
That's why creme brulee's on the menu, bro.
Yeah. So it's like, oh fuck, I'm doing another one, am I? And then you like gases right out of this, and the gas gun's like, and then there's another one that's out, and then there's other ones you can't find who put. I had one who put that one there, and
No, I would just slowly decline. I'd start out up here, and then I'm just down.
Yeah.
Last one was maybe the last one I'd like put in effort in and be like, there's definitely a few in the middle of service where it was just a sprinkle gone.
Yeah, but it depends how much bullshit you went through that day.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, I just gotta go do fucking brulee.
Yeah.
And you're just like,
Just burn the fuck out of it.
I knew a bloke.
Culinary school, they used to fucking rip you, hey?
Yeah, I knew a bloke who used to put like brown sugar on there sometimes just to cheat, and like, but it looked good, but it wouldn't be anything.
It wouldn't be hard, would it?
Nah, it just looked perfect, like servable, like enough to go out to the table, but it would just be like...
What a funny dude.
I know. But like that would be in that situation where he couldn't be bothered just like...
Yeah, he had to go out the back dry store for some white sugar, and he's just like,
I saw him do it once, and I was just looking at, like, what is he doing? Because I know he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But it just melted so quick. I was
Just
like,
giving no fucks.
He's got this fucking cheat code for the presentation look. It wasn't like, but like you scoop into it, it's just goo.
I just imagine
It's
him
like
dusting
yo-yo.
his hand off or something like that. He's like, good job.
Yeah. But you would also get in trouble if you brulate it too much and it was warm. Like, because you want to do it as quick as possible.
Totally.
Burnt and everything.
Totally. And you get in trouble if it was burnt. But we burnt the fuck out of them all the time.
Yeah, but it's like supposed to be burnt, but you can't.
It's supposed to be caramel. Don't you remember?
No, it's supposed to be like burnt and then, kind of. Like a nice, whatever. Fuck this shit.
I hated parfaits as well. You know originally how you have to put a butter knife down the side of the parfait container and create a little air pocket?
Okay.
I just had this guy, and he'd be like, no, you got to put you couldn't have any marks.
What sort of come out?
Yes.
Okay.
So it would come out. So you put a little knife. I can't believe I fucking remember this shit. Hey,
Yes.
You put a little knife in it, and then he let the air bubble kind of like pop it back, and then you had to roll it around and then like throw it out, So it didn't have any marks on it.
Oh, you mean like in the Dario?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you meant like a parfait, like the terrine.
Oh, sorry, no. Well, yeah, the individual Dario molds with the little plastic ones.
You could get it by just doing it. Just like by gravity.
Yes.
But I know what you mean. There was always... Yeah,
if they weren't like maybe they'll just shit recipe. You had to kind of put a pocket in it and then
you needed to get that air though.
Dunk.
But you could kind of do it with, But if it didn't come, that's what you need to do.
He used to get crazy at me, this dude, eh?
Yeah, but there's some people.
I can't remember
like
his face. I can hear his voice though.
Some people are like that, eh?
Yeah. I'll pick a couple of things in the kitchen to be a real prick about. It's a good day.
That's not one of them though. Eh?
Had a lady complain that the crispy pork belly tasted like roasted pork.
Yes.
Fucking A.
Fucking hell. Do you want your money back?
Fucking A.
I don't think I've even said... I was just copy and pasting them today.
Yeah, good. I hope there's a few.
Had a lady complain the crispy pork belly. Just like... Well, I don't know. I want to know...
another one of those.
I want to know what was said after that. Like, congratulations, or... I'm so sorry we achieved what we meant to... Yeah.
I think everyone in the kitchen would simultaneously shrug their shoulders and continue on. I don't even think that would penetrate the kitchen. I think that everyone would just keep working.
Yep. This one says, the food was hot, but not hot in my mouth. Followed by, my son's a chef. Holy shit, that's just triggered me, eh? That whole my husband's a chef, my son's a chef thing.
Yeah.
What that means nothing to me, eh? That doesn't give you the right to...
But everyone, even at family
up.
events, people used to always try and talk to me about chefing.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's your job? You're my uncle.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about my job for?
Yeah. Even doing what I do now, like making like videos and content for people. People are so fascinated with like how much you get paid. What are you doing today? Like it's like, but you're an engineer, and I've known you for 4 years. I've never once asked you where you even work.
What are you doing today?
What do you do today? What did you do at your meeting? You know what I mean? I've never asked, what money are you on?
Yeah.
It's fucking bizarre.
It is weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
People, when I first got into it, like, uncles and aunties and all kinds of people were like, how's it going? What are you doing? But no one else was asking anyone else that question. I was the only one.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Like a plumber. It's still a trade.
No
Right.
one's ever asked him, how you going? What did you do today?
Oh, did you finally get that van with the ladder on top? No one ever asked you that.
So why isn't that as interesting?
How many toilets did you do this week? Because that's actually kind of a funny story, I would say.
Yeah.
Like toilet, like there's got to be shit that you like in the toilet, just toilet, like you're fixing toilets all day. It's what I think plumbers do. I reckon they do.
They do that.
Yeah, I reckon they do that more than you think.
Probably a lot.
Yeah. So there's got to be fun things like the toilet blew up, or we went there and there wasn't a toilet.
We couldn't fix the toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
There was no water going in the house.
I can understand why people aren't asking now.
Yeah.
At least ours is dynamic because we can say, dude, this lady came in, she had the pasta with no carbs. It was amazing. was a lady that came in and she told us that the pork belly tastes like rolled pork.
No carb pasta yet.
Roasted pork.
All right, go on.
I worked a wine tasting. Menu was sent out a month in advance. 1 hour before service, a lady said she couldn't eat anything prepared in our kitchen or eat off any of our utensils. She said it was because we prepare pork in our restaurant. We had to send a waiter to Nando's and buy a pair of new utensils and serve her Nando's chicken.
Fuck yeah. For the wine tasting.
What kind of person? How does she get around in life? Can she sit in other people's cars?
I just.
Can she shake people's hands? Can she go anywhere?
Do you know how many people have eaten bacon eggs in the morning and you've seen them later?
Everybody.
Yeah. All right, we'll do we got one on the hotline.
Nice.
I haven't heard this as usual, but it came through this morning with all these customers, so I think, hang on. Here we go.
These are the best, dude.
The mignonette is too vinegary. I say, just don't put the mignonette on.
Mignonette. Hang on, do that again, hang on.
The mignonette is too vinegary. I say, just don't put the mignonette on.
I'm assuming that's mignonette like the vinegar. Do you know the vinegar, it's like a dressing with shallots in it you put on the oysters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's that, which is like all vinegar. It's like a fucking hollandaise reduction almost, yeah. I like that.
Too vinegary.
I like that was just like 6 seconds long.
More of those. They're awesome.
The mignonette is too vinegary.
That's hilarious.
Just to put the mignonette on.
Because there's thousands of these. Look,
It's so basic.
the customer ordered the tomato salad and complained too much tomato.
Yeah. All right.
Onion allergy, but chives are fine.
Oh, dude.
Allergies are the best.
I remember so many of those.
Yeah.
There's one here. I don't know where it is, but it said, it's the same vibe. It's like I'm allergic to anchovies, and you order Caesar salad, and they go, well, there's anchovies in the dressing, and they go, oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
You just don't want the fucking fish on top, right?
Yeah.
Just say that, or just don't order it.
Yeah.
Or be an adult, and just put it on the side. That's why they have a fucking rim on the plate.
Yeah, be an adult. I think that's the consensus of this.
The only difference between them saying it and then them saying it is you're just going to take the thing off the top, the anchovy fillet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're just like, oh, you can do that.
They're craziness.
What do
man.
they think you're going to get? Like, we're going to take $2.80 off the bill.
When they
We're still
figured
going to
out,
charge you full price.
You know, I bet your customers were so stoked when they figured out that they could say that they had an allergy.
Yeah.
Or a dietary requirement, and then they just did whatever the fuck they wanted.
So I'm going to
know what I mean?
I'm going to rip on my sister here. So we used to fly quite a lot, like travel quite a lot with like music and with our parents and stuff. And she figured that out for the plain meals. So she would always order like the halal one or the fucking vegetarian one or because something in her head. I'm trying to think of where that came from, but she reckoned she got the meal first, and then it was always fresher, or there was more of it, or something. And you're like, okay, and that's the similar vibe as like, number one, why, and then, but it was always just like, she liked being the person to go, oh no, I have the fucking bullshit. You're like, dude, just shut up.
Yeah, I think they'd call that a red flag in the dating game.
100%. Yeah, it's a double red flag on the plane.
It's from one of the guys, like you're looking outside the plane, it's one of those dudes with flags.
Yeah.
It's just like...
And also, like, so what they used, I don't know if they did this anymore, they used to put, like, dots on your seat. So if you were a vegetarian, they already knew you were a veggie and put a dot on the seat. So when you got, so I think she figured that out. I don't know, she thought she was special. She wasn't. But I agree, like, the dietary things, when people realise they can do that in an actual restaurant rather than down at Macca's saying, I don't want lettuce or I don't want pickles, and they just brew that into
I'm allergic to onion.
Proper restaurants.
Rather than just saying, I don't want the onion, which is like, okay, someone may have scraped it off your burger.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to onions, a whole nother game, hey?
But extra chives, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it used to be
Spring
quite
onion's
serious.
cool.
You remember when it was serious? And people would say, oh, this is my allergy, like onion allergy or something, and you'd go above and beyond.
Yeah, but that's
because
that's because you only got one a service.
Yeah.
Not even that.
Yeah, and then the game changed,
Yeah.
and then you were like, fuck everybody. Like,
You get 4 a week and you'd make an effort for that one because you're like, okay, we're still going to charge them $32. Make an effort for what you got. And then it just became, you're doing it fucking 10 times a shift.
Yeah.
You know, well, we've, not only have we got all these options on the menu for you fakers, but now we got to do, now you got to adjust the fucking shit we've done.
yeah, degustations used to be fun.
Yeah.
Like, wait, I used to love degustation.
Me too.
I used to really enjoy it, man. And there was no, like, there wasn't even a thought about dietary requirements or what people wanted or anything. You're like, hey, this is what we're presenting to people over 10 courses, 8 courses, whatever.
Yeah.
And enjoy ourselves. And then when that dietary requirement shit came in and when people just started, like, fucking sending it on, like, what they wanted, it just became so, like, too much. Just too fucking... You're no longer, like, making cool choices about your Dego menu.
Yeah.
You're just fucking pleasing people.
It also fucks people that actually have these allergies. Because
Yeah.
we know throughout our, like, in 10 years it changed from being very rare to every motherfucker claiming they had one.
Yeah.
So, like, we know that's false. We know that 90% of you are just bullshit. Like, you're not allergic to fish.
No,
You just don't want that on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want that shit.
Yeah, so guess what? All of the beef, pork, lamb, fucking salad, all of the vegetarian dish if you're a vegetarian.
Yeah. But on the degustation,
It makes it hard.
You'd have to make a match. And I'm like, fucking, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like you're ruining everything.
And you know they're not really allergic to stuff because they just come in on the fly and they'll say, I'm a celiac. Is this gluten-free? And it's got like bread and pasta and all sorts. And you're like,
celiac.
Yeah, but like if you were a celiac, you fucking know because you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Right, you already know what you're allergic to. Don't ask me what you're allergic to.
Stomach pain. Yeah, that celiac was a bitch, eh?
Yeah.
Because originally it was like, once in a blue moon, there was a celiac. And you're like, righto, like just check your boards, check everything.
Yeah,
make
and
sure that
you
you're
put
good.
someone at the back even, just go do that dish.
Yeah.
Just go do that dish
Now
over
there's
and
9 celiacs a service.
Yeah,
You're
I
like,
know.
what the fuck,
yeah,
man?
but and like 4 of them are okay with fucking gluten.
Yeah.
Like, when did this happen?
Oh, but I want that. That's the same thing as what we're talking about.
Cracker, fine. You're like, what?
But I'm celiac, and you're like, fuck.
You're not celiac. Stop making us panic. Which means like when you are a celiac, now you're walking into a place where everyone automatically hates you because of all the people that are faking dietary requirements.
Yeah, you've ruined it.
For basically their leisure. Yeah.
Yeah, for the pleasure of themselves. Had another customer complain about no meat in the head of the lobster where the brain is.
Yeah, you're not getting fucking.
I'm getting ripped off.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
There's all this fresh air. You should, dude. Imagine if you just scooped one out and just send it out in like a ramekin. You're like, sorry, sir. Here you go.
Yeah.
Put a lemon on the side.
Could you imagine? Imagine if someone thought that you cracked open a lobster and the whole thing was just meat, like delicious meat.
Someone's eaten all this meat that was near his eyeballs.
What have they done? I got a bad one. Like they think that this part's rotten and the rest is awesome.
Yeah.
That's the funniest shit.
Yeah. That's where you would just send it out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Send it out in a little.
I mean, we did kind of like
Fucking
we did
blend it,
cheat
put
where
a
we
shot
used to
glass.
we used to put the sauce in the brain area. I do
You'd fill
remember
it
that.
up. You'd
Okay.
do something with it. Yeah.
Would make it look nice, but also the brains is supposed to be one of the best bits, isn't it?
I don't know. I'll just send him some brains. Yeah.
Did you ever have a kitchen where you had to kill lobsters?
Yeah. Oh, heaps and just endless marinades and yabbies and
Oh yeah.
all that sort of
They
shit.
cut
yeah.
them and split them to order.
Always, yeah.
Yeah.
They were just live in the. They always made that. To this day, I just even if I hear a styrofoam box move a bit, it just sounds like live crays or yabbies or lobsters and things.
Yeah.
Because they always go and they always like that marin season, man. Didn't matter. They're so wily. Like they're not smart, but they're just like Terminators.
Yeah.
They just all of a sudden they'll just be all over the cool room floor. And how the fuck did this happen?
Oh, yeah.
There's this tiny little. They've all got together and like wedged their way out.
Fuck
They got the
those
pincers
dudes.
on them.
Yeah, dangerous.
I loved watching the apprentices try and pick them up. And even if you showed them, you're like, you just pick them up there, you're fine. You're like,
Yeah, they'd freak out.
yeah, but I just like that little. It's like a dad gag of like they go to do it and you just go huh, just before
Yeah.
they do it.
Did you have people sneak up behind you and try and get them on your the back of your arm and shit?
Yeah.
such a freak move.
I know. But they didn't really hurt. They were just like, also they look prehistoric too.
Yeah.
So it's the whole thing.
It's definitely a little bit of a fright. Like you're just like focused on doing something, and then some ass comes up behind you, a chef de party or whatever, nips one on the back of your elbow.
People used to do all kinds of rotten things to them though. They used to put them in like, or like put salt on them, or like
Which did what?
or like just annoy them or kill them, or these are like, you know, Jeffrey Dahmer, the Jeffrey Dahmers of the kitchen.
Yeah.
So I'd always sort of distance myself from all that and try to get them to not do that, because it's like, well, they're fucking living.
Yeah, totally. The first one I killed was like, so you have to run down the stairs. You have to take an elevator to run down the stairs through the Crown Casino, grab them from the Rockpool tank, and bring them back.
Right.
Up the stairs and up the elevator, and then crack it.
What, when you got one on order?
And then put it on the wood fire grill. And the first one I did, like that whole process was like, I remember it because it was like daunting.
Yeah.
Because you don't do one until you do one. You know, there's no practice lobster.
Yeah.
Just cause. And then after that, it was like just machine style.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just all day.
They were better when you could chill them first, like put them in ice, like in an ice slushy or something. They would just chill out, and you kind of made it feel like they were kind of dying, or they were just relaxing or something. Yeah. It didn't make you like, they were so live. You want to get one that were just like living 10 seconds ago, and then like you were saying,
and bang.
It's like, fuck. First time you do it, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Then it just becomes like, behave yourself. It's annoying that they're alive.
Yeah, totally. Like, you're really pissing me off. Stop flapping your tail.
Stop not wanting to die by knife.
So much to do right now.
Yeah. Why don't you want to go on the grill?
If I don't get you on in the next 30 seconds, you're going to push my orders back. Stop flapping around.
I don't want to run downstairs for another one of you motherfuckers.
Yeah. It's like I went all that way to get you. It's not like you're going anywhere, bro.
So it's either you or your mate. Your choice.
Yeah. It doesn't end well for somebody. Someone's going on the grill. It better be you.
You got one?
Sorry.
That's all right.
It was like two people staring at the paper. I'll do it. We had a customer complain that the 8-hour slow-cooked lamb was raw.
Terribly raw. We used to always get that with like stuff like corn things, like pastrami or something like that.
Yeah. Anything that's pink?
Yeah. Bullshit. Or the if you sous vide those fucking like beef short ribs for like 72 hours or whatever, they're always pink.
Yeah.
But like, you know, and they would say they're like fucking rare or whatever. You'd also get those numpties that would order like a fucking medium rare fucking beef cheek, and you're like, no dramas. Yeah. And they would always like, well, I ordered a medium rare. Like, are you come up on the floor and pull your chair out from you or something, eh?
Yeah, it's the same idea. Like, what do these people eat in their day-to-day life? It's like not knowing what food is in a certain way.
I kind of get it. Like, if they think it's a steak, I get it. But it's also the front of house just putting through medium rare beef cheek. You're like, you haven't accidentally pushed medium rare. There is no button for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Medium rare, please.
Yeah. You know what you need to do is like, well, you don't need to do it. That would be rude. I think someone should put a post out about Coles and Woolworths. You know how they label all the different steaks and they have the different prices for them? Mm-hmm. Someone needs to tell the world what's going on. This is ripping you off. This is like blade steak is like $15 a kilo right now, and they cut it into steak form.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's ripping you off. That's ripping you off.
Yeah.
The only thing you should do is like buy rump steak and bash it out.
Yeah.
Or get the good stuff. And everything else you got to braise.
But that's just taking advantage of people because no one cooks.
Yeah.
They don't cook at home.
Exactly.
You're either a cook or you're something else, and you're just trying to survive at dinner time.
And but then
your mum's not at home every night knowing how to cook or anything like that.
Yeah. But then they go there. This is what I mean. And they're like, oh, Scotch fillet's like $20 a kilo. Can't have that. Sirloin's $18. Oh, this new blade steak's on special for $15 a kilo. And it looks like a fillet.
Yep. That's
the way that they've cut it.
Yep.
And it's like, you're just going to fuck people. People are just never going to eat steak again. They're like, oh, I'm a terrible cook.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't medium rare this blade steak.
Yeah, how do you cook blades? And that's when you get those questions at a barbecue. It's
like,
hey, Lachie, how would you cook a blade steak? But like, there's obviously a context there they're not going to tell you. Like, we went to Woolworths, bought the worst shit in the world, try to cook it inappropriately, and now I'm shit at. Like,
Now I hate steak.
You're not. What you did was pay $22 a kilo for bullshit,
Yeah,
which
for
shouldn't be cooked that way.
crap, man. It's like you go in there, you should just go in there with your hand and just be like, everything this side, braise it.
Yeah.
These two things, cook it.
Well, definitely should be set up like that. And then people are like, what's a braise? That's what I assume. It's like, what's this?
Everything else goes in a pot.
Yeah. Or have like a QR on it of how to cook it or something. That would be cool.
Don't cut it into medallions. That's what I don't medallion anything.
Like that blade stuff or whatever it is, it's called a whole bunch of different names, eh? Like skirt, they use it for, or whatever, but keep it whole. Like, it's so much easier to keep whole. And then you're cutting against the grain too when you're serving it.
Yeah.
It's even better. Now, when you're cutting against, serving it, it's all going to curl up. It's all bullshit.
Yeah.
It's obviously the worst fucking beef in Australia too.
Yeah. Dude, I had a fucking head chef go crazy at a first dayer because he was for some reason cutting steaks and he was cutting them with the grain.
Oh, perfect.
At a 2-hat.
Yeah.
Oh, went fucking crazy. First day, just off his. Hated him.
Last time we went down south, we had a dinner, and it was just a random thing. Like, we're going to go somewhere else, and it fell through, so we just went to this place. Normally really good. We always go there, and that's what happened there. They had these like I can't remember what it was, bro. But when I saw it as a special, I was like, oh fuck, I love that. It was like lamb or something, but it was a steak, and that's exactly how it was. It was a steak cut that way, like they cut it into fucking this way, and then cut all the steaks the wrong fucking way. Because when when I got it, I was like, oh, what? Like, I can see it's like going to be. Yeah. So I'm like this, like it's such an effort, and then you can't eat it. Yeah. And it was like, oh, okay, this is so bad, but like it's such a basic thing to not do. And then I said to Sal, I was like, someone's just gone and done this either without supervision, or now they've realised that's what's happened. Now they're putting it on a special or something. Yeah, they've misunderstood. Yeah. But ever since that guy yelled at that kid about grain on steak, even yesterday when I cooked a steak, I check every time, no matter what. Yeah. So you should yell at people, is my point. Okay. All the time. You shouldn't just let them cook. Like, even like... Because you imagine, how we deal with apprentices now? You'd go up to me and be like, oh, mate, like, this is how a steak works and this is what you can do. Nah. It's just also fucking blast him. It's also since all those shows and YouTube sort of videos that come up where, like, everyone wants to know the scientific reason behind everything you're doing. And it's like, can you just fucking do what you're told? And then it'll be okay. Yeah. Like, everyone wants to know, well, what's the deal? It's like, oh, okay, because what happens is, it's like, no, dude. Ceviche gets cooked by lemon juice. Because it's acidic. Technically, it's cooked. Acidic. Yeah. But it's technically raw. Yeah. The next one's for you, bro, because I reckon this is you in a nutshell. I don't even know what we're up to. RE temperature. Oh, yeah. Re-temperature requests. I always said, of course I'll change it for you, not change a thing, then go back 15 minutes later and ask if it was better yet. 100% of the time I was like, yes, much better. I used to do it all the time, dude. Yeah, dude, 100%. I could tell. Yeah. That's your game right there. Just leave it there for a sec. Yeah. Yeah. Under the lights, not even. Nah. In a cold spot. Yeah. And then just fucking straight back out. My trick used to be, if I could, would be put it on a different plate. Like, just... And it would be like, I don't know. Thump. Fuck, I didn't give a fuck about people that like... You got dauphinoise with like a lamb shoulder and you just like thump. Especially when you've made an effort to get everything up all at once, hot, perfect, cooked, done, and someone's gone, Not but also, like, you look at the time, right? You know the time it went out, and it's like 15 minutes later, they're going, oh, it's not hot, and it's untouched. You're like, what the fuck were you guys talking about for 15 minutes? Yeah. And then you've gone, oh, can you heat this up? Like, I'll just chuck it in the microwave, eh? I'll just put it in the fucking dishwasher for you and heat it up. Is that all right? Yep. I used to get fired up at that a lot. Yeah. Because you knew when that table went out, they're like, oh, table 22 wants you to heat. You're like, that went out 45 minutes. You already know. Yeah. We're on desserts right now. There's no moving back from that because the front of house have already agreed to it. By the time they're in the kitchen going, He hasn't touched it. It's like, what do you want me to take every fucking component out?
Yeah.
You just want me to
it.
reheat everything. We can't reheat.
Just cook the shit out of it.
You can't reheat the presentation. You can't do it. Yeah. But a lot of the time I would just sort of sit it there under
Just
the lights.
rejo it.
Just under the lights, man.
Just hit it with some jus.
Take the fucking whatever micro herbs were there on it, or leave them on there and let them bake under the sun.
I just jus.
And just put it.
Jus everything.
Oh, was that okay? Was it?
Resource it.
Unchanged.
Yeah. I'll just split the sauce and then I'll pour it on.
I remember someone didn't like something about a fruit salad once on breakfast when I was real young, and I'd put that in a different bowl. Like, I just honestly went like that, and put like a dollop or something on top, and then went, and they were like, thanks, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you turning my fruit salad upside down.
It's the psychological thing, hey?
Yeah.
But he's so right. 100% of the time, without fail, they're like, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Just needed that little bit of extra service. Thanks for having me.
I'm still chatting to my mate. I still won't eat it for another 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then maybe you just watch the table and they just don't touch it, and then they just go, you're like, you're wasting everybody's time, pal.
Another one of those was the open kitchen. When you had an open kitchen, that's what I used to get annoyed too. I used to try and stop watching the customers because they were annoying me too. Like you'd give them the whatever meal you'd spent ages on, and they'd automatically just start dusting it in salt.
Yeah.
And there was heaps that used to come back saying it's too salty.
What a winner.
And you're like, can you ask him if he put salt on that? And then he did, and you're like,
yeah.
I don't know what to do.
There's nothing
I can't
worse.
take the salt off you put on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
They put it on the table. He's talking to someone else. He grabs the salt. He bangs it on, and then
It's like, oh my God, that's salty.
what are you doing in your life, man?
Yeah.
Get a grip.
Especially on like if you did it on a soup as well. Like the first little spoon would be like all salt. And you're like, this is too salty.
Yeah, customers are trippers, hey. Oh, this is a quick one. I had a complaint from a vegetarian that they don't eat salad.
Yeah, well, cool.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough life, hey?
Yeah, but that's just like that's just, okay, thanks for letting me know. I don't eat like tennis shoes.
Yeah.
Now your turn. You tell me
Perfect.
something. So, I don't eat truck tires.
Yeah.
Your turn. You're just trading information at that
I don't
point.
like offal.
Yeah. You know what? I really don't like vegetarian.
I remembered something the other day. I remembered one thing that I don't eat. I'll forget it again.
Yeah. I like this one. Pork belly with no fat, dairy allergy, and then has garlic bread.
Huh?
It was like, guy ordered pork belly with no fat, had a dairy allergy, and then has garlic bread.
Where's that one?
Oh, I've gone right down.
Oh.
I forgot what we were up to. It doesn't matter. You can just listen and
I can listen,
yeah.
but I wasn't.
I'll just say it a third time. Anyway, that was a good one for the ones that heard that
That is
twice
hilarious.
on the podcast.
There are so many. This one's good. My all-time favourite was a Parmigiana, but allergic to tomatoes and couldn't eat anything where chicken is prepped. I melted some cheese on a slice of ham for him. No surprises when it got sent back.
Yeah. The old fucking ham melt.
What the fuck?
That's pretty
is
cool.
Fucking going on, eh?
What a tripper.
Wait, did he send it back because he didn't get his breadcrumbs?
I don't know, man.
Couldn't eat anything where chicken is prepped.
I don't know, man.
I don't like those ones where they're like you can say I don't like chicken or I don't want chicken. You can't tell me what and what I'm not prepping and where.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah. Have you ever had those, I don't know the words for this, it's like Jewish food where they come and burn all your benches and everything?
Yeah.
Have you ever had that coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
What
had
is that?
It's fucking full
It's
on.
Jewish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was halal. Is that right?
Nah.
That's the other one.
Oh, look, you could be right. No, halal is Arabic.
Yeah.
I don't want to mix those two up at the moment.
Yeah, they're very close. They're
Tim
one
said it anyway.
small border away.
So they live in the same location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially. Well, they do now.
No, but it's not essential.
And they're not living, but they're there.
Well, no one really lives there officially, right?
Not now.
It's not claimed by anyone.
Fucking bullshit is what it is. No, we
but
had
that was always full on when they had like a rabbi or someone coming in and just fucking burn everything he saw. Like fucking everything.
Yeah.
And then they were like really rude to you about walking in. You can't be here.
Yes. We had a
was
whole
super
kitchen
rude.
in the this giant catering company, when I was leaving Melbourne, they did the F1 and the huge events.
Yeah.
They had a whole kitchen dedicated towards that.
Yeah, okay.
And they asked me to go in there once to grab fucking something. Dude, it's a whole thing.
Yeah, they're so like rabid with it. They're like,
Yeah.
and I've seen maybe 4 or 5 times at different places, and you're like, oh my God, like they treat you like you are scum, like you will dirty this. It's like, no,
Yeah.
it's no different.
It's nuts, eh?
It's no different to what just happened. I get that it's like religious, whatever's going on with this, but that's all it is. It's not anything to do with anything.
Yeah.
Just because I walked in here, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if you can definitely take that approach. That's
Yeah.
what I walked into the thing, and they had a rabbi, no shit, as in the kitchen.
Yeah.
All the time.
That's what they do. Yeah.
He was always there,
Yeah.
like checking things off and signing things off. So when I went in there, he fucking followed me around.
Yeah.
And I was trying to talk to the chef, and I don't know why they like just give it to me outside the kitchen, because the hassle that was going on in there to have me around was bullshit.
Yeah, but you have to be. Oh, dude. I just remember being just an absolute load of bullshit for what it was. You're just like, I haven't even done anything, and you're abusing me about being like filthy.
Yes.
Times like 5 different things.
Didn't they used to bring the boxes in? Like, you know when they did outside stuff for super special people?
Yeah.
And they would bring the box in.
Yeah.
You had to do something
And it
special
always had a sticker on it, like there was a seal on it to make sure it hadn't been opened and everything.
by one of us.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And you
we
couldn't
are.
touch it. You couldn't touch it if you... That also happens a lot still at weddings. So you'll have like maybe 4 people who are whatever this is. And yeah, the wedding, and that's their thing. You can't touch it, or you can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has to be stored, whatever.
Yeah.
It's already pre-prepared by whatever.
Trying to think of what you used to have to do. You had to do something where you took the lid off.
No, you couldn't. I honestly think it has to go to the table with
Like
that
that,
seal on,
yeah.
and then they get it.
Maybe that was it.
Because you have to. They do all the cutlery too, man. They
Yes.
fucking scorch all the cutlery with a big. People that haven't like experienced this probably think we're talking shit too.
No.
Like, it's a fucking thing.
Because
It's like acidic, or like it's very. I know it's Jewish, but I can't think of the fucking word now.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
that
not.
was nuts, eh?
Yeah, I totally forgot all about all of that. But like they were just treating it. They were so racist. They were like, "You fucking scum, you're not worthy of being in here because you're filthy." You're like, you're just fucking blowtorching shit, bro.
Yeah, you're trying to be like more important than me, and that's okay.
Yeah, just because I believe in like lizard people,
Which
and
I
you,
do.
and you believe in.
The moon's hollow, bro. Stop
know.
smoking everything. It's just cutlery.
It's my belief. If I want to believe there's lizard people,
My feeling and emotions. My absolute favourite is when someone asks for their meal dairy-free and then they freak out when they get the mayo on it.
yeah.
That was old school.
So good.
That's old school.
Yeah, but that's also one of those ones where you can like fucking pigeon chest it and go, actually, sir,
Yes.
there's nothing to do with anything here.
Yeah, and then you got to explain the whole thing to them.
Yeah.
You got to explain emulsification and shit,
Yeah.
and they wouldn't believe you.
Also, a lot of time people will like freak out about eggs and dairy. I know it's like on the. Do you know why that? I reckon that is because like on the fucking like on your Wheaties box, on your bloody Wheat Bix and stuff, you know, it has this fucking thing,
Yeah.
the triangle of
Food diet pyramid.
whatever death, or whatever. It has like it always has the eggs and the milk together and things.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the eggs have got nowhere else to go.
But if you're lactose intolerant, just you can still smash eggs.
You can.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
they've
think
got
they
nothing
just
to
look
do
at
with
it and go, "Oh, it's dairy." Yeah,
It's the same. They sit next to each other in the
yeah,
shop section.
yeah.
They're like best mates.
That's I think that's because cows lay eggs, though.
Yes, I have seen that before.
The lizard people eggs are tasty.
Lizard people have eggs. Did you know that? In the hollow moon,
I don't believe that part.
the egg part.
I believe in lizard people.
Yeah, but they have to have eggs. They're not going to have.
I don't believe it. You
Little lizard
You can't make me
babies?
believe this. You can't make me believe that.
But think about it.
Nope. I refuse to think about it. It's not part
Well,
of
then
it.
just do your own research.
Thinking is not part of it.
Do your own research.
We've obviously watched different YouTube videos
Yeah.
to come up with our own beliefs.
Whenever you get down to the bottom of it, they just keep repeating, do your own research.
Yeah.
That's when you know you got them.
Yeah.
Just do your own research.
Do your own research. Yeah.
We
Don't be a sheep.
talk to them in the streets all the time.
Don't be a sheep that believes that the horizon is round or something. Yeah, we had house-made cottage pie on the menu, and the customer sent it back saying it was too oily, and asked for the crumbed cauliflower steak instead, which is deep fried. So good.
And you would have given it to them? I would have.
Yeah,
I would have given that straight to them. I would have
Yeah.
said, that was one that I would take back.
I would have taken it out of the deep fryer with tongs like this and gone one shake plate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's one that, like, I would actually, even just now, I just felt good about getting that order back. I'd be like, perfect, I'll do that.
I'm on it, chef.
Like, I would have no arguments. I'd be like, I'll get it right up, right now. Maybe the cottage pie was too oily. Who knows? I didn't make it.
Yeah,
Someone might have put cheese on the top.
yeah. I thought about that too when I copied it this morning. I
Cheese
was like,
garnish.
it could have been completely fucked.
Yeah, like
But
maybe
also,
we'll,
it is funny saying I don't like oil and then going, I'll have a deep fried cauliflower, please.
yeah. But if you take the customer's side, like maybe the cottage pie was trash, and they were like, you know what's better than this? I'll have the deep fried cauliflower that has less oil on it, I assume,
Yeah.
because this is disgusting.
It probably just said, it wouldn't have said deep fried cauliflower. It would have said like cauliflower steak with
Yeah.
something and fucking something. and
Fresh cauliflower
lemon
steak.
and stuff. Yeah.
Had a customer want us to de-shell soft shell crabs. I've had that.
Yeah, me too.
I had that,
Yeah.
which was like fucking mind-blowing. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah. But that's when you just wait 10 seconds, put it under the light and send it back out and say, yeah, it doesn't have shell on it.
De-shell soft, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was a massive craze for soft shell crab. They must have been real cheap at one point. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I remember just doing it for like 2 years straight. Everything had soft shell crab on it.
Yeah, and you just eat it.
Everything.
Yeah, I wasn't actually that big of a fan.
I still aren't. You can get, like, I also don't like ordering them at places because they never prep them properly and they always taste like like skunk. It's
Pull
gross.
the lungs out.
They literally just take them out of those bags that are all frozen.
Yeah,
like
and just put them in
just
there.
throw them in the deep fryer or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't
No,
prep
you-
them properly.
Don't you have to rip the back off a little
Yeah,
bit
but
and then pull out
I'm
some
saying,
things?
like, I'm scared that almost like to the 2/3 of the ones I've ordered out have
Yes.
just been out of the packet into the fryer. And then you eat it and you're like, it just tastes so bad.
And it was never like you were already on the fence anyway, because soft shell crab, like that's what I mean. It must have been a bargain.
Yeah.
Because like everyone's eating it, like, whoa, I was like, this is fucking really not that good.
Yeah.
I'd rather tempura anything else, to be honest.
I've had, I reckon, 3 in my life that have been like, this is nice.
Spot on.
Yeah. But normally the legs are fucked.
Yeah.
Belly's not quite there. It's always very oily.
Yeah.
Bit gross. You got to like, and kind of, you know how they come. They all come the same box, same. They've been defrosted. How long have they been defrosted for? They're just floating. Soft shell crabs just permanently float in water.
Yeah.
In sinks.
They're just soft,
Yeah.
shellless crap.
Yeah. I'd rather just a fucking bit of crab.
Yeah, just give me a crab.
Just give me crab.
They're not even crabs. How about that?
They are crabs.
Rare ribeye, no
shells.
blood, no fat. One rare ribeye, please.
No blood, no fat. Fuck, perfect.
Fucking.
Shut the fuck up.
We'll just dry age it until it's done.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
There was one. Oh, whatever. We'll get to it. This one says the lady sent back a chicken dish. She asked for it to be medium. She put in a complaint because we refused to serve her raw chicken, and she left an insane review, bombing everything in the place.
Yes.
That's insane, eh? She sounds like a really nice person.
I mean, medium chicken, I've always been on board a medium chicken, to be honest. It can be done. I've seen it.
I've seen an account online who is a bloke who, I think he's on TikTok, and he's eating raw chicken a day until he gets a stomach ache
Yeah.
and just keeps doing it. It looks gross though.
Yeah, it's not going to taste great.
But the texture, just watching someone do it, it's like,
Wait, what kind of country does he live in, though?
He's American.
Yeah, I think he's going to... That thing will be torched. Gassed, torched. Like, there'll be no...
Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying.
There'll be nothing wrong with it.
No.
Go to Peru.
That's like when people freak out about eggs here. You're like, you'll die from everything else before you're going to die from, like, a fucking egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's like you crack it and it's fucked.
Yeah, you'll know. Yeah. Like, we used to always get told, like, all that dumb shit. Like, if it floats, it's okay, or it's not okay. Just crack it, bro.
Yeah.
If it punches you in the face with venom, you're like, we're not eating it.
What if you're doing 20 litres of mayo or something,
Mayo.
and you get a bad one right at the end.
I used to never. Yeah. So good.
Just don't tell anybody.
Blend it.
Hey yo.
Blend it. I used to never separate the eggs in the end. Just full whole eggs in the mayo.
Yeah.
Never.
Never
For
had a
like
problem.
years. Just, dude, it was so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who had a problem? Who was separating eggs anyway?
What am I going to
Escoffier or something?
separate like fucking 28 eggs rather than I just put 5 in there.
Who started that shit, dude?
5 whole eggs. And then if it goes a little bit weird, just put fucking more Dijon in there.
More-
Because the only thing emulsified it anyway.
Yeah, just start again. Like put 2 more eggs in the next bucket and just pour it in.
We had this, when I was at the print hall, we had all these apprentices and this like, that would be on like to make the mayo. And they'd all use the not the RoboCoupe, the Thermomix. And it would be too quick. You just go, brrr, and you're like, oh, it kept splitting. And I'd just do like 30 litres, like, brrr, just put the tap on the bench and just go,
Yeah.
and you go, brrr. Now, how'd you do it so quick? So I didn't separate eggs. I didn't weigh anything out.
No.
And I didn't do like a litre at a time in this stupid Thermomix that cost like too much.
In those old like Arnold Schwarzenegger style fucking stick blenders.
The massive stick blenders,
You know
yeah.
those guys?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, I was very impressed. I saw a couple of dudes when I was young who were doing a whole bucket and just slowly pulling it up.
Yeah.
Like they put the oil in the top as well.
Yeah.
Just went.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I could do it in
pretty
like
impressive.
I could do it in about 6 minutes. I used to like challenge myself,
Hmm.
and then, but then you get because you know how quick you can do it, and how easy it is. You get annoyed at all these little people doing the little Thermomix things. You're splitting it, and you're like,
Yeah.
I hate
Thermomix.
how are you even doing this?
I didn't see a Thermomix until I was in fucking 3 hats.
Yeah, but you would only use it for certain things, right? Or like puree. Purees were okay
Purees were
because
amazing.
it's so good. You didn't have to like strain them or anything.
Yeah, you strain it, but it was like 5 seconds. It was
Oh.
like,
I was-
yeah, totally.
I did straight up puree the last fucking 5 years I was cooking. No one gave a fuck. Everyone was like, Lachie can do it, why can't you? And you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just leaving the thermo on it a little bit longer. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, another minute.
There's no, put a bit of xanthan
Straining
in.
process.
Put a bit of xanthan in there, it doesn't bleed on the plate.
Fucking
Fucking Lachie
A.
can do it. Yeah, I stood there and strained it, mate.
I once had a raw vegan want a fucking birthday cake. For people who don't know, this is the vegan times 10. Only eats raw veg. So just grated carrot, courgettes and other veggies, bound it together with some, forget now, stuck a candle in it and called it raw carrot cake.
That kind of makes me sick.
I mean, as being the head chef of a raw kitchen,
I don't know why you would even... Just don't do that.
some raw cakes are okay.
Yeah, but don't do that.
Don't do that. That's a guy that
They make-
hates vegans.
Hates vegans, hates their job,
Hates vegans.
hates that shift that they were on.
Something savage. Which is fine, man. You got him. I wonder if that raw vegan ate it and we just went, you know what, this is awesome.
Yeah. That's
then-
the other thing, is like if you do something like that and then someone says this is cool and wants it again, oh fuck.
Oh, yeah. You try to fuck with someone and they're just like, oh, can I have the carrot cake again? You're like, whoop.
Are we at the end of this?
No, I think there's a whole nother page.
No, there's like half a page. Like 10 minutes
We're
ago.
close. Yeah, we're like right on time.
This says someone was carrying on that the pineapple in his pork belly dish was canned. You should have seen his face when the chef sat at the top of the pineapple on his table. I kind of rate that. I don't know how that would go down though in the restaurant. That's more of an anger thing, like.
Yeah, I don't know about. Oh.
Like, what do you
I
want
mean,
to do?
over a pineapple, it depends how much of an arse he was being.
Yeah, that's what
If
I
he
mean.
took it to 10, maybe.
I can see that happening. I can see that going. No, I was like, well, I'm sorry for cutting the pineapple so perfectly.
Yeah.
As well. Like, yeah.
And it being great.
Yeah.
So, like, if he was saying, imagine he was saying, I'm not going to pay for this meal because I know that the pineapple was canned.
Yeah.
That is when I would pull it out.
Yeah. We had, I did a dish once. It was an open steak sandwich and it was like $42. It was like it was fucking great, but it had like these baby beetroot on top that were like fully roasted, peeled, and then dressed with like a it made them taste a bit pickled, right? It's like vinegar, like balsamic vinegar and all sorts of shit. But it kind of tasted like a tinned beetroot. It had that taste to it. Mm-hmm. And then I remember getting complaints about that, like this is tinned. It's like, no, it just has that It's just been dressed with something that kind of tastes like.
Yeah.
And like, also, do you think we're getting tinned baby beetroot with fucking stalked on it? You know what I mean? And it was like, and you're going to pay $42, you think? Yeah.
It is infuriating because you've put all that effort in for someone just to be like, oh no, this is canned.
Roast, peeled, cooled, like then put in the bags. We were putting in back bags to get all that fucking shit in there when it was,
That's cool.
Yeah, tasty. But then someone to say this tastes like tinned, and you're like, that's cool. Like, that's cool. It's good for you.
Even if like you, even if
I
you
don't disagree to a certain extent, because that's what tinned is.
Yeah.
It's like preserved, vinegary, has that sort of taste.
What if you made canned pineapple awesome though? I don't understand also.
Yeah.
What does it matter?
I don't know.
Because it's not as expensive as me buying a pineapple and...
I've done a tinned pineapple puree once.
Yeah?
And it was, but we like chucked all the pineapple rings on the char or on the grill.
Yeah.
And then we just put it in the xanthan.
Sure, there's thousands of things. You dehydrate them and...
That was on a dessert as well. It was fucking perfect.
Yeah.
It kind of looked orange too. You know, by the time you puree the bit.
What's wrong with the canned pineapple though? I don't...
Nothing. What's wrong with tinned tomatoes? You think Nonna doesn't use tinned tomatoes?
Tinned tomatoes are the best.
Yeah.
Whole. Don't get that chopped
It's the only way you can get them all fresh all the same time all year round. Do you think they accidentally tin fucking green tomatoes and are written?
They actually, you know what? A lot of fresh tomatoes would be way worse than canned tomatoes. They're hydroponic.
That's what I mean, yeah.
No nutrients, just pieces of shit.
And they're all tinning them when they're exactly ripe.
Yeah, and hopefully in Italy.
I guess.
That's what I want.
I don't want Italian tomatoes.
Oh, come on, bro.
Why? You think they're better than Australian tomatoes?
Yeah.
All right.
I reckon a lot of Australian tomatoes are all hydroponic.
Yeah, but like if they were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have like a proper organic tomato.
Yeah.
It took me like 4 years to learn how to grow the tomatoes, hey. But only because it's Western Australia.
What do you mean?
It's just hard to grow them in Perth.
Oh, yeah. They'll fuck up, eh? Like we tried to grow them 1 year or a few years in a row.
Yeah.
And we grow the next lot from the seeds from that lot. And they're all from heirloom ones that I stole from somebody that, like, well, that's a different story. Like Woolworths own farms here where they make them grow the tomatoes and then just bin them so they can have the patent on the tomato, but they never serve them, they never sell it.
Right, but they have to use them in some way.
They just pay the farmer to make all these tomatoes. And it's, yeah, so I stole a bunch of them and sold the seeds and grew our own. They're fucking delicious.
Yeah.
Which makes me like kind of sad that happens.
Yeah.
They're wicked tomatoes though.
They couldn't have found a purpose for them? It couldn't be fucked. Cost money.
I think it's more like you can't have them. You know what I mean? Like we've got them. It's more like to stop other people bringing cool shit onto the market because they have the patent for it. They honestly have patents for tomatoes.
Yeah.
Tomato
patents
seeds.
is a whole dirty rabbit hole, hey?
Yeah.
It's brutal. It's brutal down there.
Some of those yellow tomatoes don't even taste like tomatoes. They're just like fucking awesome, bro. And they're like chalky on the inside and yeah, lovely.
And no one's allowed them?
You're not allowed.
You're not allowed to have them?
Well, like even if we grew them, we're not allowed to grow them. We're not allowed to grow them. Like, and then I was like, can I give $1 for it? Give you $1 for like a punt at these tomatoes.
Yeah.
Let's say, no. Tim, there's a fine for you.
Don't get me started.
Sorry, bro. Let's do one more. Let's do one more.
Have you done this? Don't get me started on people trying to make custom breakfast orders with random ingredients we don't have anywhere on the menu.
Yeah.
Yeah, usual.
Yeah. It's like, well, can't you just give me some spinach? It's like, well, spinach is on the menu while we have it. Or like, we used to always, yeah.
Maybe you haven't got avocado on the menu, you know?
Yep. Like, we're not going to just order everything on the veg sheet just in case you come in. We used to get, I remember getting tomato orders, speaking of tomatoes. And they're like, can we have a roast tomato? You know, just, you want me to roast one tomato for you? And then you'd be like, well, they're not here yet. Well, what, you don't have tomatoes? Like, not for breakfast, not here, now. And also, I've just said it, right?
What are we, a market stall?
Yeah, but I've just said it. You know, like, what am I? If I could do it, it was easier to do it than to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These last two, look, they just encapsulate the whole episode. So let's just go through them. But I don't know if they need too much commentary because it's always the fake dietaries that are a pain in the ass. Specific lactose-free for entree and main,
Yeah.
then order a cheese board or latte for dessert.
100%.
Yeah, because we know now. We know.
Yeah.
Fucks.
It's the same table number. Like, we're pretty smart, eh?
Yeah, we're not idiots.
Yeah. Celiac, apparently, so...
I thought that was a chef right there, but it's a chemist.
You automatically get, like, just see a chemist in the chemist jacket, you go, ugh.
Yeah, totally. Don't they have rules? Don't wear your uniform outside the pharmacy.
Can you still get... he does look like a chef, though. He's got the black pants and everything.
Yeah. Probably wearing the clogs.
Almost. They look very, like, overly supportive, like they're real ugly, over-supportive. Like, what are they called? Not therapeutic. Orthopedic.
Orthopedic, nice one.
Celiac, in quotations, apparently so wants a crumb chicken burger as grilled chicken instead and gluten-free bun, but the beer-battered fries that have gluten are fine. Yeah. It's absolute classic behaviour.
That was
I want the
thoroughly
chips.
enjoyable.
I can't not give up the chips. Just say you want a grilled chicken burger. Just say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to say, to piss around and pretend that you're allergic to shit.
It's cathartic going through this stuff, dude. I feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel better.
Someone else is going through it, not you. Maybe.
In all those kitchens.
Well, that was good. Thanks, Roy. Obviously, there's like 1,000 more of those. That was good. Cheers for sending them all through.
Yeah, thanks.
It's been fun. And then we'll do some more episodes like this, sort of, when we find enough content. Hopefully, it's engaging and entertaining because I like doing it.
And the Uber just to always finish the day. It's been busy in here today, actually.
It's super busy.
For a Tuesday, I hope they're crushing it. It must be all that
Yeah, shout out to RoyAl's again, letting us chill out on the couches, but don't take up too much space. But
must be all that awesome online content they're getting these days. All right, see you the next one.
Thanks, Ben.